This next segment is for all of our tween fans out there, and you know we got a lot of them. And those of you also who are interested in novel business models. It's called CartoonDollEmporium.com, and it was started by Evan Bailyn. He's here with us now. Welcome to the show, Evan.
Thank you very much for having me.
Tell us, first of all, what is this website? What do we actually do on the site?
Well, it's a social network, and it's made for girls that are ages 6 to 16. So basically what the girls are doing is dressing up virtual dolls and playing an assortment of role-playing games.
You know, I actually, for part of my homework this morning, I knew you were coming on the show, so I went to the website, I clicked on one of the random dolls, and I will say, you know, I felt a little uncomfortable being on the website. The girl was in a bra and panties. It was way too risque, certainly for what I would consider a 6 to 8-year-old girl.
Yeah, well, they don't feel that way. I mean, the classic way the dolls are displayed is you dress and you undress them, and of course it's made for girls as well. And we actually do have lots of dolls that begin dressed, and then you can switch on the tops and the bottoms and things like that. So we don't hear that much that it's too risque, but...
Well, all right, let's take it to a different level, though. What about people like me that are not age 6 to 16 and girl? I am obviously a full-grown adult male, and I'm on that website. How do you keep people like me out?
Well, safety is our #1 priority. I mean, we strive to be the most safe site on the internet. So what we do is, first of all, we have 24/7 moderation. We have a staff of about a dozen people that basically scour the entire site. We look at IP addresses for people that register, make sure there's nothing spoofed, and we also have scripts and pre-moderation and a lot of different things.
How many people are registered? How many IP addresses visit your site a day? In other words, how many computers actually come and pull up your website?
Well, it's 4 million plus a month.
4 million plus a month. How do you then? So that leads me to that question. So you got 4 million different IP addresses a month. How do you track that with a dozen people? How do you keep people like me from getting in there?
Well, there are scripts that are in place.
So what is script?
Okay,
explain that to the audience.
Sure, it's like an electronic script, and if you try to give a phone number or an address, or you say something that's inappropriate, then it bleeps it out. And we also don't allow any live chat on the site whatsoever. That's a really important thing to us. So if you want to talk, for instance, if your virtual pet is visiting someone else's virtual pet, you have to choose from prefabricated phrases that we give you.
You know, and I actually read, I think that you guys talk about that part of the mission is to control the flow of information on your site, whereas everybody thinks that the flow of information on the internet is supposed to be completely wide open. But again, trying to protect the little girls on the internet, right. You're trying to control the flow of information.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's exactly right. When you have a demographic like people that are under 13 years old, you have to be really, really careful. You have to be compliant with the laws out there, the COPPA laws, and we have people that are specifically in charge of safety.
All right, and so talk to me about the business itself. How do you guys grow this? I mean, the kids go on, and you think that over time, 10-year-old girls are going to be just running home from school to dress up their dolls and maintain their social networking on the site?
Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. I mean, the kids are more engaged on Cartoon Doll Emporium than most of our competitors. For instance, Mattel has a site called Barbie Girls, and all the metrics say that our visitors are 4 or 5 times as engaged as their visitors. So what we do is we try to get them really active. We try to get them blogging and uploading their own fan art and dressing up dolls, storing them in their albums so they're as engaged as possible.
And when you say engaged, I assume that means spending as much time on the site as possible. What's the model? You guys subscription-based, advertising-based? How do you make money?
We have a hybrid between advertising and sort of a subscription-based, but we have a virtual currency called Cartoon Dollars, and kids have to buy the virtual currency. They could also earn it, but they generally will tend to buy it because they can do a lot more things a lot more quickly if they do.
You know, it's an interesting concept. How do you, we've in Second Life and on some of these other websites have already started to see some capital destruction, outright dollar destruction. If people are out there buying currency from you, does your currency then become sort of a quasi-currency in the actual city itself, the website itself? And then the question is, do kids end up losing money on their website?
They don't end up losing money because we try to strike a really interesting balance between what they can earn through jobs. I mean, we have an entire service industry, we have a secondary goods market, and what they actually have to spend. So if they spend 10 minutes on the site, they're earning 1 cartoon dollar. If they invite somebody to the site, they're earning 25 cartoon dollars. So it's very difficult to be losing money, but it's true that there is a correlation between real money and cartoon dollars. There actually is an exchange rate and everything. So.
Unbelievable. Thanks a lot, man. Best of luck with it all, guys. We'll be right back. The Whole Lot More Happy Hour.